Hey guys, so this is going to be a very podcasty type video. I'm going to go into not a very long conversation, but something I actually never really gave my thoughts on, and that is after Rise has been out for several months at this point, I want to give my overall thoughts on the game and everything surrounding the game and what I think about it. Because I feel like not too many people know exactly how I feel about Rise. And yeah, let's get into that. So initially when I first played Rise, I could definitely tell you that it was looking like it was going to be my favorite Monster Hunter game so far, solely because of the combat. I did enjoy playing through the story. I played through it really slowly, ironically, and I didn't actually finish up the bulk of the story stuff until about 60-70 hours, which is wild when you consider how short Rise kinda is if you just blaze through shit, right? But I didn't do that. I had a lot of fun taking in everything, and then also I made a lot of tutorials. I fought some monsters over and over again just to learn them. And I did all that stuff in low rank too. So it took me a couple of, how do I say? I think it took me maybe like 50 hours or maybe 30 hours to get to high rank. I can't remember. But it took me a long while to get there. I had a lot of fun in low rank in this game specifically. So as time went on, I pretty much finished most of everything in the game, and then got to the point where we got the quote-unquote secret map. We got basically the hot bloodbath map, which is one of my favorite maps in this game, and currently it's still only being utilized by 2 quests. So honestly, I don't feel too great about that to be honest, but it is what it is, right? So with that only being used by 2 quests, I definitely want to see this map more, and we've gotten so many event quests so far and nothing else in that map yet, or maybe ever. But yeah, so after finishing everything, I still had a lot of fun. I played through the game, definitely still played through the game a lot, made more content, and then I noticed a lot of my friends were falling off the game. Either they didn't like it because it was on a Switch, because of performance issues and whatnot, or he just got bored really quickly. And then some of my friends just tuned out of Rise because it wasn't World. You know, it wasn't as much as a spectacle as World was. So it was really rough. I never really had a time with Rise where I just constantly played with friends, and we had so much fun. That all happened in World and in prior games. For some reason, it didn't happen with this game. A lot of people fell off Rise really early. So I feel like as a content creator, that's part of why I played it as much as I did, because if I wasn't, I think I probably would have taken a break off the game a lot sooner than I did, you know? But I still enjoy the game, despite all of that stuff. I still enjoy it. Now, I will say some of my issues with this game, I do think that there's not enough quests in this game. There just isn't. Quest variety in this game is super low. It kind of reminds me of Portable Third, but at the same time, when you consider that it's not on the older engine, it's not on the older engine, so bringing back a lot of monsters like Agnaktor and Ukanlos, like, maybe that just wasn't a thing they were looking to do, considering they would have to recreate those old assets or just make new ones and new maps on top of that. So I don't really know going forward how that's going to work for those monsters, but it definitely just feels like it's lacking a lot of quests, and a lot of the event quests fairly recently have been doing a better job at creating just more diverse quests in the game. but that's like several months after the game has already been out, and most people kind of tuned out of the game already, which sucks for a lot of reasons. So, I do feel like as a base game, I do feel like Rise is more fun than Base World. Definitely. It might be unfair to compare this with Iceborne. And in fact, no, it is unfair to compare the two. It is entirely unfair. So, anyone who compares Iceborne with Base Rise, not a fair argument at all. And don't listen to that person, to be honest. But I do feel like definitely I had more fun with Rise than I did with Base World. Even though Base World, you know, it was the first time we had an HD Monster Hunter that wasn't stuck in China or something. So it was an experience, definitely, that I won't forget. And seeing Monster Hunter just get as popular as it has in the last 3 to 4 years, it's awesome. It's great to see. And yes, I feel like this game is a lot more tame than a lot of us probably thought it would be, especially coming from World. But to be honest, I mean, it's only going to get better from here. Sunbreak looks very promising. Outside of that, I think the maps for Rise were fun. They're some of my favorite maps to traverse. They're not like overly detailed either. Some of the maps in World were a bit too overly detailed, and I even think the Ancient Forest was just really annoying to navigate. Every map here felt really fun to explore, so I really enjoyed that. So as far as my thoughts go, I mean, I think this game is great, but it just felt lacking in quest. That was honestly the biggest thing for me. The game just needed more quest. More quest variety would have been perfect for the game. Event quest, the way that's being handled is fine. As far as getting them weekly, honestly, games in Japan, Monster Hunter games in Japan do get those event quests weekly. And the only reason why we didn't get them weekly like that was because, you know, we waited several months to actually get the game localized. So then they just give us those quests and packs. But since everything is worldwide releases now, that's no longer the case. So yeah, we're kind of on equal footing with Japan. And yeah, I think Rise is a great game, but I think it'll actually be really, really good in the summertime with Sunbreak. So yeah, that was pretty much a condensed version of my thoughts. I didn't want this video to be like fucking 30 minutes or whatever, but yeah, just something you can listen to. And yeah, those are my overall thoughts for Rise. And yeah, if you enjoyed listening to this, consider subbing to the channel, leaving a like, but most importantly, let me know down below what you think of Rise. And even if you want to compare it to Base World, what was the experience like for you? So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.